Good morning, everyone. Hi, Morris. It's a good boy. Good boy. Yep, you eat up. We had rain this morning, which we were expecting. Yeah, a lot of food got dumped down in under the bricks, so I'm not surprised that it's a little more messed up this morning than usual. I was hoping not to have to clean all of the water this morning so we could get out of here, but it looks like these two need servicing. For sure. As soon as I got Morris fed and got inside, it started sprinkling again. We're not going to get any significant rain on the road today. It'd just be a little on and off drizzle, I guess. It's windy though. I went around the side of the house to get water, and the wind was not fun the way it whipped around the house because it's cold. Good morning, Gray. She was right in front of me on the floor, and she chose behind the couch instead of come up for her food. I don't know what had her spooked this morning, but I'm sure she'll come back out sooner than later. Hi, good morning. Good morning, Missy. So Tesla is telling us that no devices are plugged in and we can turn off accessory power to save energy. Not turning it on and off all the time now that you've given it back to us the way it always should have been, leaving it on for forever. Nice try. And good morning, Grok. Can you navigate us to Johnny's dumpster?
Sorry, I couldn't find Johnny's dumpster nearby.
See,
Do you have more
Johnny's dumpster is in my favorites.
Sorry, I don't have access to your favorites. Could you give me the address or city for Johnny's dumpster?
University City Crossing in Charlotte, North Carolina.
None of these match Johnny's dumpster exactly at University City Crossing. Closest are Viking dumpsters or others around 110 miles away in Charlotte.
Grok, can you just navigate to University City Crossing in Charlotte, North Carolina, please? Yeah, I said city, and it's not city, it's just crossing.
Navigating to University City Boulevard in Charlotte, North Carolina. It's
Grok,
100...
Grok, can you change it to just University Crossing? It's an apartment complex.
Done. Now navigating to University Crossing, Charlotte at 9010 University City Boulevard. It's 154 miles, 2 hours and 29 minutes, arriving 12:43 p.m.
And Grok, can you make it so that we turn into University City Crossing on Mark Twain Boulevard, please?
Sure. I'll search for University City Crossing on Mark Twain Boulevard in Charlotte to update the route. One moment. I'll update the route to guide us onto Mark Twain Road towards University City Crossing. It's a minor tweak, still about 154 miles, and arriving 12:43 p.m.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Safe travels.
So she didn't actually finish it?
So, she left it unfinished then? What happened next?
I had to click on the screen. You didn't quite complete the command, but it's okay now. I think we're going in on the other end of the apartment complex, which was what we wanted to do. Well,
Glad it worked.
actually it's still wrong, but I don't think you can fix it for us, so it's okay. Tesla still needs to work on, would get you to your destination great, but doesn't take you into your destination exactly how you want it to be. So anyway, bye for now. Don did double check the front cameras before he got in the car. We probably should have rebooted. I forgot, and now we're in motion, so we're not stopping unless we have trouble. Marty's in Grok, listen to me, Stripes out.
This looks really clear.
Yeah, obviously we're not having any problems with the camera. That was a post software update, need to reboot the car kind of a glitch thing. Not a real problem.
I agree.
Anything that happens right after the software update, you know, pretty much is going to be. So it's 10:15. We should have been out of here at 9:30. We clearly should have been out of here at 10, but I was just slow this morning. So it's 10:15, and that's okay because we don't have a lot of other complications and stops and loading up and stuff today. We'll might not make it home before dark, but it'll be close.
It'll be close.
Yeah, the only benefit to us today with getting back sooner than later would be the ability to use the back roads instead of coming in past the shopping centers and stuff. However, it being Sunday means it's not as big a deal. It's not a rush hour traffic situation coming through. Trying to see what those birds were. All robins. That's about right. They'll soon be eating holly berries at the house. All right. We're probably going to stop and supercharge on the way down, but we'll see. So Santa mode makes the lights in the car flash red, white, and green. And there's no way to turn that off. And Dawn's not looking at the road.
Well, I was looking at the alternate routes because we're coming up here to the
Sure.
decision
It's
point.
2 hours and 7 minutes versus 2 hours and 15 minutes. We're on the shortest. I guess it's 2 hours and 3, 2:07, and 2:15, and we're on the shortest route. I can't think of any reason today we would want to.
Well, what the hell is this route down
That's
here?
the route through Morrow Mountain.
Okay.
Just put a post out on X that says, you know, I'd rather have Grok have access to my favorites and be able to turn on the weather overlay than to be overly worried about protecting my privacy. And in other words, Grok had better be protecting my privacy on the back end, and the fact that Grok in the car knows my favorites list, I don't care. You know, either Grok's safe or it's not safe. But I get it. We got some people that don't, you know, for a long time, we've had a friend that wouldn't use Gmail and was really worried about privacy on the computer stuff way beyond where Dawn and I were. And we weren't convinced they were any safer than we were. But anyway, if the AI is going to help you, the AI's got to know something about you. So where's the good line between sharing too much and not sharing enough? And it's going to be different for different people. And Dawn and I are more on the side of, we want the AI to really help us, so we know we got to share something. Anyway, I see no exposure to Grok having access to my favorites and recents, so that I can tell it to navigate there again, especially the favorites where you can rename it to something meaningful. If I want to go to Michelle's house, I want to say, Grok, take me to Michelle's house. Anyway, I was going to go ahead and turn on phone left behind so it's under locks. And I'm looking for it. It's just got to be phone left behind, chime new. So I don't know if Dawn's phone will do that. There's a warning that the phone has to have da-da-da-da-da-da. So we'll try to test it. We should test it today and see if it'll work with Dawn's phone or my phone. Neither one of us has a bleeding edge phone right now. Mine's an iPhone 13 and his is a Google Pixel 6. So we'll see if that does anything for us or not. And I'm interested to see the supercharger site map thing today. But you got to have a pilot site, it says. So I have no idea which sites are going to be a pilot site or not a pilot site. I'm looking for Salisbury here. I guess I accidentally told it to go to Salisbury. Not a big deal. But it didn't pop up the, let me see a lot about Salisbury. It tells us what's there. We know the Culver's is there, busy times and stuff, but I don't see a way to look at the site map, at least not yet. But it wasn't clear to me from the instructions whether or not yeah, well, I guess I might as well come in here and choose my Johnny's dumpster, because we park on the back side of the building near the dumpster. That's why I mean, it's just, that's just is what it is. But if I come back down to I just haven't seen anybody else's video of the site location, supercharger location site map yet. It says you can see a 3D view of select Tesla superchargers by tapping View Site Map when navigating to a pilot location, the site layout, and live occupancy. Probably the one up, the solar one up by Kyle, is probably one of these sites, because it's over 40 stalls, and you know, it's right on I-95, and it's high visibility and all that good stuff. So I'm just guessing it can demo this, but maybe not the ones we're going to today. I'm sure it'll be all of them in the U.S. pretty quickly.
It's clearing up. It
is clearing up, yeah. As we go west, since the storms move across from the west, it's getting more clear, which was what it was supposed to do. The rain was supposed to be just for a little bit this morning and then clear up. As the rain leaves, the cold air floods in. Well, I think I had said I was going to put the gazebo together today, and I did remember it, so I'm going to do this. It's 245 pieces. We've traveled a little ways. We've got, I guess, an hour and 37 minutes to Johnny's apartment, not counting if we stop at Salisbury. We were in the left lane, just booking on down the road, and Robot saw the flashing lights and slowed up and tucked in behind this car and got out of the left lane. Yeah. It was an obvious respect for the flashing police lights. Yep. Well, there it is very cute. For what this was, it was really great that there were 3 minifigures and the instruments for them to be singing here in front of the gazebo. I don't know. I might add a little bit more to the, you know, decorations or stuff to the base plate, but it's pretty cool. And there's a tree inside. I am missing a piece, as best as I can tell. It's this 2x2 square tile with just 2 studs instead of 4. I have a lot of these at home in white, so I'll just attach this last piece onto the roof after I get home. I don't have any way to put the little C clamp on it without that other piece. So I put together this Santa and chimney that was in a poly bag. He's pretty darn cool. He comes out of there and he has feet, so you don't have to leave him in the chimney, but you can kind of see the bottom of his boots there. Well, Don and I definitely both wanted to use the restroom, so we're here at the Salisbury Supercharger. And I'm not aware of any way to see the site map here. This doesn't, I looked earlier, and this also still does not seem to be a way to do that for this site. So I'll be waiting for Kyle to show it for the 40 stall site, or however many stalls that is up there by him. There's a Cybertruck.
Yep.
Says there's 3 available. Because we can't see the site map, we can't tell if the one around the corner is one of them or not, but we'll figure it out. I'm just saying, we sort of do care here. It'll be a great feature when it's available for this site, because we prefer that one around the corner when possible. There goes us. We got a nice wrap here. It's kind of confusing me that it was a Glacier Blue Model X, but it's not. We have 2 non-Teslas over here on the side.
Yeah, well, she's not doing a very good job.
Now, I would say there's more than 3 available, by the way.
Yeah, but this is not a charging stall.
Not for us.
Not for us.
I mean, it's a valid parking spot, but you have to pull in here.
Yeah, this is a pull-in.
This is a pull-in. So we'll let her complete the maneuver, and Don will decide where he wants to park us. See, we can't plug into that.
Yeah.
Small fail. Maybe she's... All right, small fail. It won't stay at the stall. That's more convenient for folks with the trailer. We'll move. I didn't pay too much attention to what it said. Let's see. $579. And
we're going to get, I think it was 16% all the way back to Thomasville.
I'll show that now.
Yeah.
Right, Don made it so that we could get to Thomasville, but that has us home at 35%. But you know, today's pretty cold and pretty windy too, so we won't have a maximum efficiency. It won't be a maximum efficiency day.
Right.
Anyway, we'll either stop back here or stop at Thomasville, depending on if Johnny wants lunch. But today we'll be in the apartment. I've used the restroom and gotten coffee right before we leave, and this is pretty darn close because we're only 30 minutes from the apartment now.
Right.
Sorry for all the glare. But on the way out, we never stop here if we're alone, only if Tawny's with us and they want color. So I don't know what day we take Johnny back, but I am excited that Johnny's home for Christmas vacation now. Johnny had an excellent time yesterday at the robotics event. I guess they had 2 new robots at this event. One that they designed and handed over to somebody else as a kit to put together, and they competed with, that friend competed. And then a brand new one that Johnny competed with. And yeah, it looks a little similar to a style he's done before, but it had some upgrades. Super great weapon on it. Totally demolished one robot in one battle, but then got knocked out right away in another battle. So Johnny said he's got to work on reliability. The thing that this one does better is it has the wheels encased on the sides. That prevents some wheels just being immediately popped off the side of the robot. But you know, remember there's weight constraints here and a whole bunch of other constraints. So it's not as simple as, well, just go add, you know, wheel guards. Well, if that puts you overweight, then you got to take the weight from somewhere else. So anyway, it's fun. We are ready to start Christmas vacation. The trash is out, the alarm clock's off, the thermostat's where it's supposed to be. We've done a general straightening, and we're ready to rock and roll.
But I have to go to work tomorrow. How does this vacation thing work for me?
Hopefully it'll be a slow week as everybody will start to leave, and you'll get real work done for you and not be having to Donnie manage other people.
That's the hope.
That's not a comment at you, Lloyd. Obviously not. Grok, could you please change our supercharging stop to Salisbury instead of Thomasville?
Sorry, I cannot change supercharging stops directly. You'll need to adjust the route manually through the navigation screen.
Okay, well, maybe soon.
All right, no rush. Let me know if you need help with the route later.
I did check on the Ring cameras, and it's sunny at the house. We're sitting at 40 degrees. The wind's a little annoying. We're pulling back into the Salisbury Culver supercharger. I'm just going to record here to see where she parks. I asked our friend Whitaker about the pilot sites for the supercharger map layout function. And right now there's, I think he said 12, and they're mostly in California, but there might be a couple in Texas. It's not a lot. I'm sure it'll propagate really quick once they get the bugs out of it. Obviously, I would have liked to have demoed it today, seen it today, used it today, etc. But it's coming. I think Whitaker did say we could see them, we could access the map in the Tesla app. So maybe I'll check it out.
Looks like she nailed it this time.
Okay. Right, well, obviously one of the things they need to do with this parking at superchargers is teach the car the difference between back-in, pull-in, and a couple of the other configurations that it doesn't quite understand yet. It's got back-in Assuming they're all the old school really well, though. Well, we haven't shown it in about a week, but Dawn's self-driving stats, I guess the car's self-driving stats are at 98%.
Yeah.
And at 1,122 miles. It's pretty impressive. I mean, I'm thinking at the end of the day today, we'll have driven completely on FSD, except for we had to move supercharger stalls. So Dawn doesn't like the speed profile changes on this .25 FSD release. I think it's 14.21.25 down. We just had the state trooper go past us. In hurry, one time today, we were in a 55 zone and the car was doing 77. And, you know, over 15 over the speed limit could get you hauled off to jail. It's, you know, that's where you're starting to talk about a more serious fine and people being reckless driving and people not happy with you when they pull you over. So Dawn switched down to standard a good bit today, but then standard is what's going on with standard that makes it not a good option.
Well, it pokes around a lot, and it also would only drive like 61 when I wanted to drive 65. I like that 10 mile an hour cap on hurry. That was very good.
Right. Well, most of us are comfortable with going 10 over.
That's right.
But when you start talking about more than 15 over, then most of us are not comfortable with that, especially as we go into the holidays here and there could be extra police presence on the road. And
yeah, well, on the interstate, standard at 5 over, more or less 5 over, is a little slow.
Yep.
It was working great.
It was working great prior to us putting on the holiday update. We were never more happy than in hurry
Right.
on the interstate. It was doing awesome, and it seems as a little bit of frustration has re-entered the driving, because Don may not be driving, but he is having to change the profiles.
Right.
We get a view for about 3 seconds of the Sharon Harris cooling tower when we come past the brick place there on the right. Anyway, I was just going to thank Sharon Harris for making sure the electricity stays on tonight and we stay warm. Because let me tell you, at 16 degrees, we wouldn't appreciate it if the heat strips that are going to run to keep the house warm tonight didn't keep it warm.
Yeah, this is one of those mornings, Monday morning, and all that stuff. It could be.
Oh yeah, we're going to be under an energy alert or something.
Energy
They might
alert,
they
that's
might
right.
cut it, but they'll only do that for like what, 30 minutes or something.
Yeah, something like that.
They don't. There you are. Sorry, they don't do it for a very long time. They're not going to make us freeze to death on our house because we told them. They'll just turn some of us off to keep things stable, maybe.
Right. I guess I don't really know what they're going to do because technically it's air conditioning. I've never read anything about them.
Oh, so they don't also do it for. I just made an assumption that it
Yeah.
also happened for the heat.
Well, several years ago, it's probably. I think it was after COVID. We had that Christmas Eve fiasco.
Yeah, I remember.
And what had happened is it was one of those unusually cold mornings, and you know, everybody had to. They didn't know what the energy load was because it was like Christmas Eve. Well, tomorrow is a tradition. In fact, schools are in tomorrow, so tomorrow morning there's going to be a big demand prior till 9 a.m. I mean, all the systems are going to want. You know, schools are going to be heating up from over the weekend, and businesses are going to be turning the heat on from over the weekend. So tomorrow morning could be it's going to be one of those peak energy days.
Yeah. But there was a school teacher on Facebook in Fuquay today that said, hey guys, we were told to reschedule all of our meetings that were happening before school tomorrow morning. And, you know, it's going to be 16 degrees overnight. So if we get a delay or a closing, don't be super surprised. I would plan to be prepared for that. I would make contingency plans for tomorrow morning. So not happened, but them closing school because it's too cold, it wouldn't be a first.
Right.
So we'll just see how that happens. They got schools without heat, either for failure, more for failure of local equipment. Obviously that would close the school. But thank you, Sharon Harris, because I'm sure that you'll be contributing in a major way tomorrow to keeping the lights on in our house. And You know, occasionally they do maintenance or whatever over there, but it's obviously operational today, which is a good thing.
Yeah.
We're just letting the car take us in however it wanted to take us in because
we'll be home before dark. It's going to be close to sunset, but it won't be. It goes to Cybertruck.
Right, and also steering us around the shopping center area over in Holly Springs near the Target and stuff this time of year. When we went past Concord Mill Mall today, it's a good thing I didn't try to get Dawn to take us to the Lego store today because it was packed. There was a wait. The traffic was spilled back off onto the interstate. You couldn't get into Concord Mills today. Dawn was like, yeah, I would have just told you no. And I'm like, no, the car just would have inserted us right there on the on-ramp in hurry mode and would have got us around.
Yeah, it would have blown by
all those other waiting people. That's right. That's not how I normally drive, but I have seen the car do it a few times. And, you know, really, if there's a spot for you to pull in there, then you should just pull in.
Yeah, well, I think you fixed the seer.
Again, we've changed our orientation.
Yeah, well, I'm not quite so familiar with seeing it from this direction.
Sure.
Other road
Yeah, I can see it's right through there. I actually saw the top of it. I'm sure it wasn't on video though, but yeah, there's people in my Japanese Mr. Maple and Friends Facebook site talking about bringing their maples in tonight, and I told Dawn I've got 3 plant pots I'm going to bring in. One is that willow tree I bought at the Garden Hut that I did repot, however, it hasn't been repotted long. And then the other is the 2 coral bells because they're in that really super thin potting stuff. Yeah, the cooling tower was just down that road we just passed, and here's the rest of their operations facility over here. The off-site people are here, and the on-site people are right through there.
Yeah.
With the cooling tower. Oh. Yeah, this building with some modern design, but this is where the training control room is, the one that we've been allowed to go in on
there's offices
Community Day, and there's offices. There's a little museum in there for school kids come and visit it. Some
school tours. Yeah.
School tours where they want to talk about the power company stuff. So.
Yeah, so the sun's shining through the clouds.
Oh yeah, here it comes. Big old steam cloud.
Yeah.
But I guess you probably can't see it on video, but there it is. How hot's the water in my hot water heater?
82.2.
Well, you best get that fixed right on up there by the time I'm ready to take my shower.
82.2.
I didn't realize you were going to be able to see that from the Shelley Command Center.
Right, you know, where the outdoor unit's running, burning 1.25 kilowatts.
Okay, show me on here where the hot water heater temperature is.
That's the hot water temperature right there.
Okay.
That's the inlet water. The groundwater is 52 degrees.
Woo, baby!
Or maybe it's 50. So I'm staying correct. It's 52 degrees in the crawl space.
Okay.
And one of them is the air temperature going in and coming out. So it's 78 point. I have a temperature probe on the input of the air coming in there. That's measuring the temperature of the crawl space. And I have one on the tank, which is the big number, the 80.7 degrees now. But
you're not currently measuring the temperature of the water coming in?
I'm trying to remember where the third one is. I have to tell you.
You'll have to think about it. Well, and so, Donnie, how do I make more hot water faster over here?
Oh, well, yeah, that's a secret.
I knew he was going to say that.
Yeah, I think if you go here
and
you turn off, don't turn on. Turn on turns the override on.
Okay.
Turning the override on. So you want it off, which is what it is right now.
Yeah, you got your things are labeled over here.
Okay.
Crawl space temp, tank temperature, and outflow temperature.
So the water in the tank is 80 degrees, and the water in the pipe about 2 feet away from leaving the is 77.
Okay.
Yeah. So and it's still falling because it's mixing the cold water's coming in and it's all mixed
okay.
up.
You don't have to worry about me looking at that too much.
Yeah.
Because it cranked my neck. It's at the perfect temperature for Donnie Miller.
Yeah.
But my neck was like, oh, I can't see it.
Yeah.
It's too high for me.
The garage heater is on. The pump is on. Boy, we're sucking everything. Everything. And look at all the blue circles. See when it's gray when it's off.
Right. The pump is what
Circulating pump
makes the kitchen sink water
right.
hot
Right.
instantaneously for me. He turns that on when we're going to put some
we're-
spongy feet on the
Yeah,
back
so
so
it
it'll
can
stop sliding
sliding.
left to right. We just haven't gone to the
we're
garage
doing-
to get them.
2.63 kilowatts of energy we're doing right now, and 2.2 of that is for heating, and the other 410 is the water heater.
Okay. Well, I got the oven on now, but I guess that's not.
That doesn't get measured in that. But you know what? I got one. I'll put one on that too.
So did you figure out how much it's costing to use my bird bath heater?
It's cheap. It's like 15 cents a day.
Okay.
It wasn't bad at all. It was a little over a kilowatt, like 1.1 kilowatts.
Okay. Well, of course, tonight would
will
be
be
a
the real
maximum.
Right.
Yeah, and it's still figuring it out. It's still hooked up
And the temperature min-max went from 45 to 51.
so far.
So, well, yeah, but I don't have it out there. But I think it turns on by 45, and it turns off at 51. So if the water is
Sure. And it can use more. At 80 watts, it's going to keep it.
here in North Carolina and in
Well, I think-
Michigan, it would 80 watts an hour.
Well, I've seen a couple of them online, and in the places where it really, really snows and it gets really, really cold,
Right.
the center where it is stays water, and there's a little snow around the outer
edge.
ring.
Right.
But the center part where it is I've
That's
never
right.
seen it frozen or heard anybody complain about it being frozen or any of that
The
stuff.
warm water is going to go up.
Yeah.
It's going to go up. So that's why it stays warm. It'll always be melted above it, probably.
Well, thanks for showing us your command center
That's right.
that I can't read. I had to go get the step stool.
Well, it's perfect for me.
I know it is, and it is your baby, so that's all person it needs to be perfect for. I'm making cheese stuffed chicken breasts. I got bacon in the oven.